I've been asked to address some questions that people have about the Christian faith, and I've decided to look at these questions in terms of what I would call hot potatoes. And this first hot potato is that some people say you don't have to go to church to be a Christian. Now, before I address this whole question and give you something to think about, I'd like to say a number of things. The first thing I'd like to say is you don't have to be a Christian to be a good person. Good people can have some little or no faith. I'm sure you know many people like that, and you may be one yourself. And as C.S. Lewis, the Christian writer, once said, becoming a Christian doesn't make you a good person, it just makes you a better person than you would have been. The second thing I like to say is that going to church doesn't make you a Christian in the same way as going to a garage doesn't make you a car. That's a famous quote by Billy Graham, by the way. The fact is, belief and behaviour go together. They're like two sides of a coin, and Christians are called to practice what they preach. So let's address some of the arguments for going to church. The first argument I have is that Jesus went to church. Can you think of a person who did not need to go to church? Someone who had a great relationship with God and with others, was successful in everything they did, demonstrated tremendous character, and made a real contribution to the world. How about Jesus? Yet it says in the Bible, in Luke chapter 4, verse 16, Jesus travelled to Nazareth, the town where he grew up. On the Sabbath day, he went to the synagogue as he always did. Jesus went to church. Second argument, the Bible says we should go to church. People often tell me that the Bible does not say you must go to church, but it does. And it says you must go to church because we need to be both encouraged and to encourage others to keep on keeping on. Because life is hard, it's difficult. And as someone has said, encouragement is like oxygen to the soul. It says in the Bible, Hebrews chapter 10, verse 25, we must not quit meeting together as some are doing. No, we need to keep on encouraging each other. The Bible says we must go to church. Third argument, going to church helps us to be obedient to the second commandment, to love our neighbour as ourselves. Let's be honest, it's easier to love people who like us rather than love people who don't like us. Yet the Bible questions whether just simply loving people who like us or are like us is what it really means to love your neighbour as yourself. It says in the Bible, in Matthew chapter 5, verses 46 to 48, if you love only those who love you, why should you get a reward for that? Even the tax collectors do that. And if you're nice only to your friends, you'll know better than anyone else. Even the people who don't know God are nice to their friends. So, third argument, going to church helps us to be obedient to the second commandment, to love our neighbours as ourselves. Fourth argument, going to church shows what is important to you. People say to me they're too busy to go to church, or that Sunday is the only day they have off each week. And I can understand that. If going to church is not important to you, then there will always be reasons you're going to find for not going. So when our neighbours and friends know we go to church each week, they see where our priorities lie. They will see what's important to us. Matthew 12 verse 30 says this, whoever is not with me is against me, and whoever does not work with me is working against me. Going to church shows what is important to you. Argument number 5. Not going to church may cause people to question whether you're a Christian in the first place. If someone was to accuse you of being a Christian, would there be enough evidence to convict you? But it's a good place to start. It at least shows you're prepared to identify with God's family. It says in 1 John chapter 2, verse 19, they did not really belong with us. If they really were part of our group, they would have stayed with us, but they left. This shows that none of them really belong with us. So not going to church may cause people to question whether you are a Christian. Now, I appreciate that most people who disagree with my arguments would be people who don't go to church in the first place. So just to say, that's fine. My purpose is simply to get you to at least think about going to church in the first place. And if you are a person who does go to church, I may just have given you encouragement to keep it up. God bless. Thank you.